Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Things are really heating up here in northern Nevada, and mainly because of the 15th anniversary Hot August Nights. This is an awesome event. It lets you relive those wonderful days of cruising Main Street, bopping at the malt shop, or just hanging out with your cool car. And it's going to be a record-breaking year with over 5,000 cars from across the US and Canada converging on the streets of Reno and Sparks, Nevada. Joining me now is Dave Seville, Executive Director of this monster.
How are you, sir? Good to see you again.
Man, it's great to be back,
cool?
Dave. This is better than cool. Bigger than ever.
It's bigger than ever, and we've just blown the socks off everything. We have, as you mentioned, 5,000 registered cars. There's another 4,000 or 5,000 on the peripheral trying to get in, but they just can't do it this year. And we sold the show out for the first time ever, and we're just so proud and humbled about the whole experience.
Amazing. Now you also upped the limit.
We went to 1972. The Hot August Nights, the mission statement was about the era in the times of the 50s and 60s, and we figured we could get ice. So we talked to you about it too. You are the expert, I think. We talked about 1972 being the really last year of the muscle car and the last year of regular gasoline and emission controls. And you concurred that if I didn't get any phone calls, I could call you.
just give my number, Dave.
Give your number.
No, I firmly believe that.
I thought we'd probably get more. We got about 250 of those kind of cars in the show. So I think it's just being associated with guys like yourself and other people, being on the road doing things. The word's out. We're in our 50th anniversary, and it's a phenomenal year for us.
It's amazing. And I mean, the cars, of course, are stunning. Some of the best customs you'll see anywhere in the world here. Great rods and muscle cars this year in abundance. But you got so much going on.
We have, we really, people ask all the time, is this like the biggest show in the world? It's like, no, we're not the biggest show. But in totality, I think we probably are. We got sock hops, we got proms, we got cruising at 6 different venues all night. Live, free, top-notch entertainment every year, going on every night. There's 4 stages in downtown Reno. There's a live stage in downtown Sparks, the Hilton, Pepperville, Atlanta. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
It's the World's Fair.
It is the World's Fair. It's Disneyland. We have a nostalgia fair, a swap meet. I mean, the list really is almost endless.
And it's a great family event. You likened it to Disneyland. It is. I mean, I see kids, I see whole families. Everybody's having a great time.
The average car averages 5 people in it, so we've got friends, relatives, the kids. It does my heart good to see kids in the little poodle skirts go up and down the street and those kind of things.
It's probably the biggest concentration of poodle skirts. I don't
know where's one bigger. That's for darn sure.
I know you're a really busy man. I know that. You don't get a chance really to enjoy any of this. Can you take just a couple minutes? We'll cruise around, check out
Let's go look at some cars. There's some great cars out here.
I love my classic car.
Hot August Nights is just an extremely cool event. Thousands of cars and car lovers flock to this event every year with its parades of awesome cars, great music, cruises, dances, you name it, they've got it. And it didn't take me long to find a rare car to check out.
Well, Mark, this is a rare one, a 69 Cougar Boss 302 Eliminator. How rare is that?
Well, in 1969, Dennis, they only made 440 of these cars. As of last night, when on the internet, they only know of 36 that exist at this time.
That's very rare. Now, you've got a Hirsch shifter in it. Did you put that in, or was that?
Now, her shifter came stock, as did the 8-track that's still in it.
Oh, man. Now, how long you had it?
I've had it since 1976. I'm the second owner on the vehicle.
Unbelievable.
I've pretty much had it ever since.
Now, you're from out here. Is it a Nevada car?
It was purchased in Reno, delivered in Reno, and I've kept it in Reno ever since.
Gosh. Well, let's have a look at the power plant, the Boss 302. Oh, beautiful.
Again, 1969, they only made them 2 years. And 69 and 70, this happens to be the 1969 model.
Now you got Shelby valve covers. What's the deal there?
Carroll Shelby made these valve covers for the 351 Cleveland Cobras, and I happened to pick up a set of them.
Gosh. So do you drive it at all, or is it just?
Yeah, I drove it from about 1976 to 1980, pretty much as a daily driver, now only to these events.
And you've been to Hot August Nights?
I've been to Hot August Nights since the very first one.
Well, it's quite an addition. Beautiful, beautiful rare car. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you very much.
Hey, look, the Nash twins. Aren't they cute? Ooh, a 49 Merc lead sled. Be still my heart.
Carl, you see just about everything at Hot August Nights, but I'll bet this is the only twin supercharged Avante here.
Yes, it is.
Maybe the only one around.
Oh, it's the only one in the world now.
What's the deal?
Randy Granatelli built 3 of these, and something Studebaker might have done had they continued to be in production. They took an R5, which was a fuel-injected car, to Bonneville, and they went 196 miles an hour with it.
So you built this based on
pictures that my father saw, and the car was originally belonged to my father when I was a boy.
So it's been in the family the whole time,
It's been in the family.
Man, and it's a 63. I mean, it was the first year for the Avante.
Yes, it is.
And it would have been powered by a 289.
A 289 Avante motor. The original motor is a single supercharged car rated at 300 horsepower. This one's our twin supercharged motors that rated at 500 horsepower.
Well, let's look at it. 500 horsepower. Oh,
That'd
man.
be what make it go.
Yeah, and I bet it do go.
It runs 1290s at 114 miles an hour. It's capable of an excess of 180 miles an hour.
Wow. So you just like cruise down to Hot August nights in your
This is our drive. This is our driver. I've driven this to work. A long time, many years. It's got a 3-inch exhaust system under it. It's got 3-inch exhaust system with 4 mufflers under it to keep it streetable.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's wild.
Bring it out for the people to see.
If you think the fun died down after sunset, you'd be mistaken. The cruising only got hotter. Nothing says hot rod like a flamethrower. They're just too cool. Oh, now I wonder how much horsepower that sled has. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I lost count. One of the most popular Corvettes of all time is the '63 Split-Window Coupe, so named for its radical rear window design. With a little help from our friends at the GM Film Archives, we were able to dig up and dust off a biography of a sports car, a promotional film that was produced for the launch of the new Stingray Corvette back in 1962. This archival treasure chronicles the development of the hand-built prototypes.
The idea of the new Corvette Stingray was conceived at the General Motors Technical Center, where designers and engineers were given free rein to develop a distinctly different kind of sports car from the ground up. Once overall design requirements for a convertible and a sports coupe were established, and major components had been built and pre-tested, the next major step was the construction of pre-production prototype models to check out design and engineering details of the finished cars. Beginning with a one-piece underbody, the first handmade prototype, a sports coupe, takes shape and form on a perfectly level surface plate in the fiberglass body shop. For this new fastback model, the passenger compartment is completely framed in a steel network that in non-technical language is known as the birdcage. It isn't long before the surface plate is filled with clamps and fixtures as additional body sections are assembled like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each new section is carefully fitted into place, then prepared for bonding to adjacent panels. All of the pieces that make a complete prototype body, including this rear quarter panel, are formed in plaster molds that are hand cast from wood patterns. After the molds are treated with a coat of resin, fiberglass cloth is carefully hand fitted to their contours, then coated with more resin. When the plastic material has set and been trimmed, the panel is taken out of the mold and fitted into a sub-assembly consisting of the roof and the opposite rear quarter panel. With the roof and rear fender assembly now joined into a single unit, the entire piece is lifted out of its special fixture and bonded directly to the underbody and birdcage. The birdcage is designed to provide steel support for the fiberglass roof section in the passenger area of the fastback model. This marriage of steel and fiberglass also results in a stronger body with increased torsional rigidity. While each piece of the prototype body, including front fender panels, is carefully and accurately joined on the surface plate in the fiberglass body shop, a prototype frame for the new sports car takes shape on another surface plate in the experimental frame shop. The shorter frame for the 98-inch wheelbase car is entirely new, a rigid perimeter unit with 5 cross members. As the frame continues taking shape, constant checks against engineering and production standards are made. Then, the 2 sub-assemblies are welded together, and the completed frame is moved into the paint shop for final finishing. Soon afterward, frame and body are ready to be joined temporarily to check fit, accuracy, and alignment, and to transport the body to the paint shop. The clutter of fixtures surrounding the fiberglass body is removed, revealing a distinctly different sports car look. The hood line is long, low, and tapered. Later, retractable headlights will be installed to complete the smooth sweeping effect. Every part on a pre-production car calls for specialized attention. Someone to design it and someone to make it. Prototype body hardware, for instance, is die cast one piece at a time in the engineering foundry. But the precision molds are made from wood models, and the hand-carved wood models are made from blueprints. And the blueprints are based on sketches drawn by stylists. Assembly proceeds from the ground up, starting with the prototype frame and a completely new rear suspension system. First, to decrease the unsprung weight of the car and thereby produce true sports car ride and road handling, a rubber isolated differential is bolted to the frame. Additional stability is provided by a unique 3-link suspension unit attached at each rear wheel. One link absorbs acceleration and braking forces. Another controls forces set up by twists and turns. And a separate axle shaft with double universal joints forms the 3rd link in each rear suspension unit. The net result of this entirely new unit is a fully independent rear suspension system for greater control on starts, stops, and turns on the highway and in competitive driving. Now the fiberglass body, which has been sprayed with an experimental metallic color, is lowered on the chassis and bolted down to 8 body mounts. With the prototype rapidly reaching its completion and evaluation date, skilled assemblers work round the clock to meet predetermined build schedules. Soon, the prototype interior is completed, down to the very last screw and washer. Rapid progress is also made in the outside appearance of the car, which takes on a distinctive look and personality all its own. A major checkpoint has now been reached. For the prototype sports car, after nearly 2 years of planning, designing, and pre-testing, and the individual efforts of hundreds of people, is a completed reality. It moves now to the test car garage, where final changes will be made in paint, parts, and engineering specifications before final evaluation of a convertible and a sports coupe begins at the General Motors Proving Ground. Here, a group of Chevrolet research and development engineers and Zora Arkastuntov, staff engineer in charge of high-performance vehicles, are joined by 2 well-known Corvette drivers, Dr. Dick Thompson and Dave McDonald. Their purpose? To evaluate a Stingray convertible and a Stingray fastback. So watch and listen to this new and dramatic idea in sports car going.
The 1963 Corvette Stingray has certainly earned its place in automotive history. This fiberglass 2-seater with its timeless design can almost be hypnotizing as it screams down the road. For General Motors, this was just another step in what has become a long heritage of outstanding achievement in design, performance, and engineering.